Happy Pride Month to this woman and this woman only. This woman is maybe the only reason that I am happy that I lost my 50-50 on the Arlecchino banner. Who'd I lose it to, you might ask? Diluc. It's always Diluc. I have been waiting for this girl for a very, very long time. I love everything about her design, I love her playstyle, and I cannot wait to have her for myself. But first, I just gotta try her out, because I know these animations are sick. Okay, yeah, this hits. This is fucking badass.
Shoot on sight.
That might be the best first animation in the game. She is that bitch. I don't know what else to say. She's so fast and fun, and she's so fluid to play. Like, yeah, if I wasn't already sold enough from just her design and personality, I'm completely sold from that test trial. Actually, this boy Sethos has me a little intrigued as well. I haven't done Cyno's second story quest yet, so I haven't actually met him, nor do I know much about him.
Excuse me?
But his voice is sick, his design is awesome, his gameplay, cool as shit, and they even gave him the Battle Pass weapon as his canon weapon, so like... And the fact that he literally has piercing enchantment on his bow, I think that's pretty badass too. His playstyle feels like a marriage between Cyno and Tighnari's kit, which is wonderfully ironic. Does Yanfei have Lost Prayer? Am I seeing that right? They gave Lost Prayer to a 4-star trial character that's not even the one that's being trialed? What's going on in Hoyoverse? Anyways, we're here at the Fountain of Lucine. We have a guaranteed. We just need our girl to come home. I mean, aside from getting at least one copy of Sethos, I really am not excited about any of the 4 stars on this banner. It's been said before, but like, where the heck is Chevrus? Where the heck is Kaveh for Alhaitham? What are we doing here? But all that matters is our lovely, lovely bisexual of the month. We have approximately like 130 wishes, yeah. And if you're wondering about the pity, 0. Alrighty y'all, let's bring her home. No way! No fucking way! Right away? Right away? Off rip? Man, I haven't been this lucky in a while. That does kind of suck a little bit though, because, well, now this temple is our only chance to get Sethos. So like, no, not you, Bennett. 2 pity, by the way. We got her in 2 pity. So we are gonna be able to get her to 70, just like I thought. And we ran out of starfish. Darn. As for her weapon, I do know that Haran is actually second to her signature for her Bastion slot 5-star. However, I don't really want to steal it from Chiori. So the next best option is the Fontaine Craftable, which I don't have. And I also don't think I have any billets for it. Look how cool the alley flash looks on her. Wow. Sorry, Chiori. Need to kick you off the team for now. There's a new mother that is mothering. Oh yeah, that sword looks terrible on her. I just threw it on her for now so she has something other than a dull blade. Oh, and she has the passive where you can tell where stuff is on the map? I'm so glad they gave her that because there's no fucking way I'm ever gonna pull for Linny. Sorry, Twink. I only pull for bisexual butch babes. So, of course, we have every single billet type, except for the sword billet. We even have the ores saved up for it. We just don't have the stupid goddamn billet. Well, we can go fight her weekly boss, which I believe is a pep, and hope we get lucky. Otherwise, I might have to do some free-to-play magic. We just entered in the world, and everybody's Clorinde. Clorinde party. I can't believe I entered into a world with 3 other people with the exact same brain cells as me. I died inside the shield? Okay, please, 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 sword billet. Please, 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 please. I didn't even get a dream salvant or even the correct drop for her. I got a decent dendro cup though. Well, I can at the very least level up her talents while I'm here because I did pre-farm those quite a bit. But to my knowledge, her skill is what we want to focus on the most, and I'm probably going to crown this one eventually. And I might run out of Mora doing this. Well, there we go. So, 6-6 for now. I do also have a gladiator set prepared for her, I believe, because I had one prepared for Arlecchino, and then I never got to use it. So you have this lovely 4-line double crit piece, this lovely double crit and attack percent piece, this even more lovely attack percent double crit sans. Electro goblets are going to be a little hard to come by. Both of our onset ones are being used by Vishal and Sino, and Sino's is terrible, wow. We have Beto's, which is pretty bad, not gonna lie. Kujo Sara, what are you doing with this? We do have this one, and this double crit 4-star piece that I forgot I have. Yeah, I think we're gonna steal Kujo Sara's goblet. Sorry, Kujo Sara, but you're gonna be rebuilt eventually. There we go. There's our artifacts. Of course, none of them are leveled, but it's not like I have the fodder to do that anyways. And if I'm not mistaken, she does ascend into crit damage. No, she ascends into crit rate. Guys, give me a second. I might be a little stupid. I did forget you can convert billets. And it just so happens that I have plenty of the Northlander sword billets and no swords that are worth crafting. I already have an R5 Iron Sting, and I'm not even using it. So, 1 sword billet, and we can finally actually craft a sword for Clorinde. And the best part is, it even matches her color scheme too. I love an aesthetic meta weapon. So, why is this weapon so good on her? Well, I'll explain it to you. Basically, Clorinde's ability comes from her Bond of Life, and she gets Bond of Life by using her enhanced normal attacks. And the more Bond of Life you have, the longer you can stay in her enhanced state. And this sword gives you extra Bond of Life after you use your elemental skill. So this is basically just a free extension to her DPS duration. She doesn't really need energy, she doesn't really need that much EM, so she's really a pretty straightforward DPS build. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to level up this very far either because, well, wouldn't you know it, but I just recently got a Skyward Harp for my Vishal, and that's where all of my Mystic Enhancement aura has been going at the moment. Vishal might have to wait, I suppose. I can take it to level 40 and ascend it. That's gonna be about it. Just out of curiosity, while I can, I'd like to run some ley lines and also test her out just to see how good she is even under leveled. Yeah, she's not doing much damage, obviously.
Shoot on sight.
Yo, that burst kinda did something though. It will be interesting to see what she can do once she's in a full team setup. Oh, I can already tell with Brina she's hit it way harder. Bond of Life mechanics are tricky. They do require you to use a few more brain cells than the average Genshin character. Not everybody likes them. I think they're kind of fun though. You know, it really would be a shame if I only did 110 pull and I wasn't able to take advantage of the Battle Pass rewards. That would really suck. Maybe it's worth it to do 40 more pulls? See if I can get Sethos, maybe? I mean, surely, right? I would not get an early 5-star. That would be absurd. There's no way I'd get an early 5-star twice in a row, right?
You're fucking joking me.
Was that scripted? This feels scripted. What? If this is C1 Clorinde, I think I might shit myself. Oh my god! Don't pull for 4 stars, guys. What the fuck? I don't even know what her C1 does. What? Is it good? So it's just like a little extra damage? Okay, that's not that good. That's still fucking crazy though. Just out of curiosity, what's her C2? Holy shit. I mean, we're in too deep. Is this what the kids call building pity? I just really want the new Electro Boy. Is that so much to ask for? Bennett, I would really like a Sethos, please. Bennett! I mean, at least it's a free wish every time I get him, but bro. Alright, no matter what happens here, this is the last 10 pull, okay? This is it. Sethos or not, we're walking away after this. Favbo. Thanks. Yes!
Sorry, ma'am.
On the last pull. Well, I can safely say I got everything I wanted from that banner and a little bit more. And we still have 85 wishes saved, and I guess a little bit of biddy built for Emily. So I went ahead and farmed up the last little Lumitoires that we'd need to fully ascend her. And I went ahead and got some extra books from a couple quests as well, so we can at least get her up to level 80. I would like to eventually be able to get her up to 90. Since she's an electro character, she benefits from that boosted reaction damage. But just getting her to her final ascension today will be good enough for me. Alrighty, final ascension. And that 46% extra crit rate is going to be really nice. Also, considering she gets up to 20% crit rate from her passive, it's going to be real easy to build crit on her. So then I also got just the tiniest bit weapon fodder and some mystic enhancement ore to be able to level up her weapon a couple more times. Handguards? This is a goddamn Fontaine weapon and we still need to farm handguards? Okay, well, there's another ascension. We can take it to 60, and if I craft a couple more handguards, we'll get her up to 70, and that'll be it for now. And now her attack stat is looking a little more reasonable. Before, I was just using her for some exploration. I was like, why is she doing so little damage? And then I checked, and she had 800 attack. Because we ascended her, that also means we can level up her talents some more. But that's one level for her skill. And there's one more, and we can level up her burst once. And we will be almost out of Mora then. Alright, well, that will have to do for now. Alright, now however, I do actually have a little bit of artifact fodder, so we can try leveling some of these up. Just like that, right into crit rate. It's just that easy. Crit rate again. Again, it's just that easy. And I'm realizing I might run out of Mora doing this, but it'll be worth it. Crit rate a third time? Okay, one attack percent roll is fine by me. Can we take this all the way to 20 without going broke? And another attack percent stat. That's like perfectly rolled. So her ratio is already looking like this, and we only have 2 leveled artifacts. So keep in mind, with her passive, that's more like a 75% crit rate. Right now, I am completely poor, so I think it would behoove me to do some more ley lines. Oh yeah, I put her in the Sumeru wings because literally none of the wings match her anyways, so I thought, let's go for contrast instead. I've just now noticed, when you shoot, there's like a phantom version of her that dashes up to the enemy. That's really cool. Yeah, that's a lot of hits of her skill. I didn't count how many that was, but that was a lot. So I'm going to head off for the night. This is a relief Clorinde for now, or some more tomorrow. It is now Sunday, and I've spent the past few days farming Mora so that we can spend all of today upgrading Clorinde. First things first, I did get us just enough books to be able to level 90 her. I am going to have to dip pretty far into my savings, but there's no one I'm pulling for a little while, so I'm not too worried about it. There we are, level 90. Next, her weapon, I did get just enough enhancement ore to take us up to level 70. So that's another small upgrade. Now, as for the weapon materials, I don't know if we could ascend this again right away, but it is Sunday, so we can farm some more if we need to. Oh boy, we have plenty. Oh, good. here we go. Ascended once again, but unfortunately with no materials to level it. And we are already halfway through our saved Mora. Wow, that did not take long. Okay. Well, let's at least take her burst up to level 8 then. And we just barely don't have the Mora to level up her skill right now. So I think instead, since I got a bit more artifact fodder, we'll level up one of these. I got a good feeling about this one. Oh yeah, my feeling was not misplaced. Okay. Are we flirting right now? Hello? She wants me, guys. She wants me badly. Okay, we had to have one. It's tradition. There has to be one bad roll. Show me. Holy shit! I cannot complain about that in the slightest. Holy shit, these rolls we're getting are insane. So she has a functional crit ratio right now of 75-160 and 1700 attack, which is still pretty low because we haven't fully ascended the weapon yet. And we're nearly completely out of Mora once again. With Clorinde, we're hitting 4Ks per hit. With the burst, looks like about 9K. I am very excited to see how this build will look when she is fully completed. So, we're actually farming in this domain right now, and you might be asking, why? That doesn't really make sense. This is the iridescent domain, and aren't you building Clorinde, who is an electro character? Well, aside from the fact that my Jean really needs some artifacts, there is a reason why we are farming in here right now. It has a little something to do with the weapon that Jean currently has equipped. Ooh, double crit piece. Nice, wasn't expecting that. But actually, I'm not looking for iridescent pieces right now. I know there's been a lot of discussion around her the past week or so since she's come out. Is she meta? Is she worth it? Is she stronger than other characters? And the consensus seems to be that, like, she is a strong character. She's not out-damaging Raiden or anyone like that. But she is a very good character. She has a very fun playstyle. And if you like that playstyle, I think she is definitely worth it. Double crit ER, but it's HP percent? I don't know if there's anyone on Iridescent that can actually use that. DPS Sayu? I don't know. Alrighty, let's finish leveling up Clorinde's artifacts, and then I'll get to telling you what my devious plan is. So far, we just have her feather and her flower to level up. Both of these are some really nice double crit pieces, and we have a couple other options that we can check out as well if these end up rolling badly. You know, I really could have chosen my words better. I really should have chosen my words better. Okay, maybe we try a different feather already. You know, we have options, ER, okay. There are worse stats to get. Right, okay, we need more of that. We do need a bit more of that. Do we keep going with this one? Let's try this one. Just, you know, maybe we get... Okay, no. Another crit rate roll. Okay, I think that's a high roll. Oh, come on. Yeah, I guess we'll keep going with this one. Oh, come on. Oh, I may regret this. Okay. 2 crit rolls are better than none. Well, let's just see. Let's see how this flower goes, huh? Surely the flower will go better. Oh no. Wait. Now wait. We might be cooking. Okay, that's fine. Let's see what our last 2 rolls on this one are gonna be. Attack percent again. Not mad about that. I think I saved this piece way back when I thought I was gonna build Clorinde on Marechaussee. Like way back when Fontaine first came out, and just assumed that was gonna be her set. Which, to be perfectly fair, you can build her on it, but then you do have to use her with Farina, so. There we go. Found enough willing sacrifices. Can we please get a crit roll? Oh. It's a workable piece, for sure. It got 2 attack rolls and 1 crit roll, so This ratio definitely could have looked a little comfier on the crit rate side, but that may not be an issue. So, in the last few days that Clorinde has been out, some theory crafters have discovered a rather unique team comp that she works in, that I just so happen to have all of the necessary pieces to complete. The good thing about this team comp is that since we don't have the materials to fully enhance her weapon right now, it allows us to use a different sword. Specifically, Skyward Blade. Now, why on earth would you want to put Clorinde on Skyward Blade? I mean, she doesn't need the ER. I mean, the base attack is nice, and the crit rate increase is nice too. You know, otherwise isn't it pretty useless? And that's where you'd be wrong. The core template of this team comes from this sword's passive, where after you use an elemental burst, you not only get a movement and attack speed boost, which is really nice for her, you also get an extra hit of physical damage for every one of her normal attack hits, which, if you remember, her skill is considered a normal attack. And when she's sitting pretty with 2200 attack unbuffed, that's a pretty nice chunk of extra damage, but it doesn't stop there. The second crazy component to making this team work is actually Chi-Chi. Yeah, I'm just as surprised as you are. I never thought it would pay off to have built Chi-Chi, but here we are. Chi-Chi is most notably a healer, but I thought you didn't want to use a healer in Clorinde teams because she self-heals. But you forget, Chi-Chi is a cryo healer. Not only that, but Chi-Chi's extra fast healing gives Clorinde extra bond of life. She's also applying cryo to the enemies and also proccing superconduct from Clorinde's electro hits for the physical hits that the sword is doing. Then of course you're gonna want Farina in the team, because every team wants Farina nowadays, but also because Farina is a general all-type damage buffer. So not only will she buff Clorinde's damage, but she'll also buff the physical attack damage from the sword. You see where we're going with this? Now the fourth component to this team would normally be Zhongli for his extra resistance shred, but I don't have him. So you know who we're gonna use instead? My girl, Layla. Now Layla's shield is gonna keep us from being interrupted, but also the cryo resonance with Chi-Chi is going to give us extra crit rate. So for every opponent that is affected by cryo, which is going to be pretty easy between Chi-Chi's skill and Layla's burst, we get an extra 15% crit rate. So if we go back to Clorinde, you can see that now she has a 62% crit rate, plus the 20% she gets from her passive. So now this ratio in this team actually looks more like an 82 to 178. So already, this lineup is looking crazy, right? You're thinking there's no way this can possibly work, but it does. And the last thing we need to fully make this team broken is to make Chi-Chi heal even more. So it is in fact time to say goodbye, at least temporarily, to the physical DPS Chi-Chi build. And that is ultimately why we were farming maidens today. 07 to the physical damage bonus goblet. That is actually kind of a cracked goblet, honestly. And if I didn't already have an on-set one, I'd put that on Eula, honestly. Now, obviously, it would be ideal if these were all leveled up. It would also probably be ideal if we had a different weapon to give her. You know, the remnants of her old build. And honestly, I mean, this is pretty good for her because of the high base attack and the attack percent increase. And actually the passive that protects her from getting hit is really useful, I've found. Anyways, that's our updated Chi-Chi. And we're gonna do just one more thing before we test out this team, and that is level up Clorinde's skill to 9. And I'm broke. And really, I think, what better place to test out this team for the first time than in the physical damage domain? I don't 100% know what the rotation is supposed to look like for this team, but we're gonna figure it out as we go. Alright, Chi-Chi skill, Chi-Chi burst, Layla skill, Layla burst, Clorinde burst first,
Shoot on sight. Ready.
and then... oh my god. If anything, this team is ridiculously comfy because you have a healer,
Life goes on.
a shielder, and a self-sustainer.
Into the shadows.
Okay, it doesn't work if Clorinde doesn't have her burst up though. Yeah, we got the rotation a little out of order there. Okay, here we go. Now we're starting to see it in action here. 30-second clear, by the way. Probably the fastest I've ever done that domain. Well, everyone. That was Clorinde. This was an incredibly fun team to try out, and an incredibly fun character, just overall. I have had so much fun using her since I got her. I'm definitely gonna keep using this team comp in the future, I think, because she's just that crazy. My Jean is just gonna have to suffer without having a weapon. Here you can have this level 1 Aminoma that I got for you. That's gonna be all the time we have for today. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see ya next time.
Shoot on sight.